positive, guys. I'm positive. I'm positive that we have to talk about Mtv Shuga. Welcome to Nigeria BBB and hard Royal Freshness. And we're talking Mtv Shuga. I know, right? Okay, so now Mtv Shuga is a series that, well, like I said, MTV, but it wasn't always MTV. It was actually just Shuga at some point, but you know, and then it began to evolve and evolve. Now you need to know that Mtv Shuga has about 6 seasons. The first 2 seasons were in Kenya. The second 2 seasons, that's season 3 and 4, were in Nigeria. The 5th season was in South Africa. That was, you know, MTV down south. So Shuga down south, and now the 6th season they are back in Nigeria. The Shuga series uses the peer-to-peer education system. You know, the talk they use young people to teach young people, and not just young people. There's some there are also some older people. But the idea behind Mtv Shuga was sensitization, not just for HIV and AIDS, but also about sexual responsibility. Now, some of the myths that we know normally from home, from where we're growing, from the environment, have been dispelled during the series, which is part of the core responsibilities of the season. Did I just say that? But yeah, I know I'm on. So Mtv Shuga has really done so much to let the populace know about sexual responsibility, about STIs and STDs, about pregnancy, sexual abuse, emotional abuse. It's been so interesting. I actually started watching it because I have a couple of friends who are on the new season, and then I started and I was like, oh, okay, I got hungry, I wanted to know more, so I went back, I went further, I started watching, and these are a few facts that I learned from it. Now, the first fact is that Lupita Nyong'o was in the 1st season and briefly in the 2nd. Now, Mtv Shuga is credited to be one of her breakout roles. She actually was really feisty in the 1st season, man. And when we watch it, we go like, okay, she came from somewhere. She actually is ours. She spoke Swahili. If you did not know, Lupita Nyong'o speaks about 3 languages, 4, but she spoke Swahili in the series. She was this black go-getter, like she was like but and then she came back as she made a cameo in the season 2, and then came back as assistant directors over the course some of the episodes in season 2. So after MTV Base left Kenya, they came to Nigeria, and they had Tiwa Savage feature in 8 out of 8 episodes. So she actually does have an acting career. Yeah, Tiwa Savage was the mom to Weki. You know Weki from season 6? Yeah, she was his mom in the 2nd season. She didn't come back for the 2nd season. Tiwa Savage was Weki's mom in the 3rd season, but she didn't come back in the 4th season. So that's another fact. And the 3rd fact is Nick Matuma. Now, Nick Matuma is that handsome guy in This Is It. So he actually is on this series. It wasn't his breakout role, but I think this is what put him on the African map. So he has been the only character to have featured in all 5 seasons of Mtv Shuga. I know, he's so handsome as Leo. So anyway, at season 6, I haven't seen him in season 6. I don't know if he's going to be coming back in season 6, but I'm watching to see if he's going to be back. I hope he does. But he was in the down south season he was in the down south season, that's 5. He was in Nigeria, and of course he was in Kenya. Another fact you need to know is that Emmanuel Ikubese has been in 4 out of the previous 5 seasons as Femi from he's the lover boy that somehow ended up having HIV, and now he's dating Adesua Sheila. I think her name is Sheila. So I'm like, okay, Emmanuel. But the thing you need to know is that Emmanuel is the Ashawo of the group. He's the Ashawo of the series. Like, he does everything. That's before he became infected with the virus and then did a complete 180 and began to live clean. So we need to know that. And then another fact you need to know about Shuga is that the series actually dispels the fact, all our previously held sexual facts, like about circumcision, about pregnancy, about different things. There's one funny one I heard in season 6, that when you have sex and then you pour alcohol and stand up, or you stand up and have sex, then you cannot get pregnant. And then all those other ones we hear about, girls getting pregnant, not getting pregnant if they're virgins and stuff. I'm like, okay, what's going on? Some of those facts I do not know about them before, but obviously some people do think they're actually valid. So this series have found a way to kind of dispel this fact, reorientate our psyche, re-educate us, and the peer-to-peer education system really is working. And sometimes I might not be able to relate to all the young girls, but there are some girls not so young but just as like moi in the series that I see, and I'm like, okay, and I love it. So another fact you need to know is that you are going to get free counseling. Like sometimes I just watch it and I'm like, oh my god, I didn't know these free counseling sessions by doctors or actors playing doctors. I don't know, but I actually watched this and it's really nice. But I have a problem though. Why is it that the Nigerian doctors are not? The South African doctor was nice. The Kenyan doctors were more approachable, but the Nigerian ones are like, not like, but that. Well, you know what I'm saying. And then another important fact you need to know, or something I picked up, is the idea of blessers. Blessers, aristos, all that phenomenon is being discussed extensively. And it's good because our society seems to kind of turn a blind eye to the situation. We feel, well, he's gaining, she's gaining, nobody is losing. But sometimes it's not just about the wife being in the picture, it's also about your sexual health and your future. How much are you really willing to put down on the altar of blessings? Something like that. How much? Well, but it is true that for you to actually progress in our society today, you do have to be given something, and sometimes something might involve giving a blesser or giving a man or woman or somebody something, and getting something in return. I'd also like for them to visit the topic of women blessers, because it's only men that they do. So I'd like to see something about a woman, an elderly woman or an older woman going for a younger man. I think it's also gonna address some issues that are not previously being talked about before. I think they should do that. I really do think they should do that. So in the end, the Shuga series is thought-provoking. It's thought-provoking. It makes you question your previously held norms, some of your, even sometimes, it kind of reaches down into you, into your soul. Those things you talk about, you think about that you are afraid to share, it kind of reaches down into you and makes you, reevaluate some of these things. So it actually does make sense. I love it. I love, and I love the MTV Shuga Down South theme song. That's actually my ringtone now, man. Because I'm like, okay, yeah, I love the song. I love it. That's what I'm using for my ringtone now. So we need to know that MTV Shuga actually started as a multimedia campaign to teach about the responsibilities of sexual relations and of course tolerance. So topics like pregnancy, topics like STDs, topics like sexual abuse, sexual assault, blessers, topics like homosexuality in the Down South episode and in the Down South season, and some other very sensitive topics have been discussed during the series, during the course of the sixth season. So these are things that we need to say. It's actually very thought-provoking, makes us reevaluate our values. Some of the things we just turn a blind eye to, like topics of the blessers, are actually being touched upon. Very sensitive topics have been touched about. But one of the greatest things I love about it is the fact that they use indigenous language, indigenous slangs, indigenous everything, songs. The fact that they actually brought it home, made it Africans by Africans for Africans. And even though we do have some foreign sometimes we have some foreign inputs, but it's not just as much. It's actually something that you can dismiss and just go on with. So I really love the Shuga series. I recommend it for you. You should watch it. It's like what I've been watching all week in the office. Like I said before, I have some friends in the new season of MTV Shuga. Moses Akerele, shout out to you, and of course Ray Adeka. I had to go watch it because of them, and then I just got hooked. I just kept watching. So like I said, the fact Lupita Nyong'o started from there. Tiwa Savage had a whole 8 episode stretch on the Shuga Niger episodes of series, and Nick Matuma has been there for 5. Hopefully he'll be back for the 6th. Femi, that is Emmanuel Kupese, has been there for 4 out of 5. Maybe he's coming back in the 6th one, I have no idea. And I just really love the series. I recommend it to you. If you haven't seen it, you should. It's on YouTube, so you can watch all of them. I probably will be putting some links so that you can just go and check it out at your own free time. Thanks for watching, guys. I am Royal Freshness. This is Nigerian. If you have not subscribed, now's the time to do that. I love you guys. Come back for more. Yeah.